Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope that you all are doing great. This is for the random act of kindness cards for the month of March. I am behind on getting stuff mailed out. Um, it's still March and I can still get the stuff mailed out before you see this video. So hopefully we can get that done. I'm gonna make a slimline card. I have everything I think I want to use out, so we're gonna start with this. And we're going to make our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. We're going to make it 9 by 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is take our 11-inch side and I am going to cut off 2 inches. I rarely use my little arm. I realized that when I was using it before, sometimes it just makes it easy. You don't have to worry about trying to figure that out. And then we're going to turn and we're going to just cut off the 1/2 inch from the 8.5. So I went ahead and took a piece of paper that I was using for another project to cut down my inserts inside of here. So now we have our card base measuring at 9 by 8. You can just verify it if you like. So we have 9 and 8. And now we're going to score at the 4-inch mark. And although craft paper does take a good abusing from crafters, still, be careful with your scoring. It can tear once you score it or fold it. I just like to try to get the crease to work out for me on both sides. So I just have these two ends butted up against each other, and I'm going to try to hold them in place as best as possible to get a good creasing. I know I scored at 4, but for some reason it's like, I'm going to change your measurements just slightly to cause you a little bit of irritation today. I refuse. All right, so now we got our insert inside, and of course I cut it short, so I just recut one that's going to actually fit inside. So that's how it's going to look. It is a slimline card. A slimline card should fit in a business size envelope. I think that's a A10 size envelope. So now we're going to do some paper piecing, and I'm going to use Asha, and I'm going to use a piece of paper from this paper pad. I'm going to use the hearts. So I was going to use that scrap piece of paper, but I am choosing to not do that. She does not really fit well in this stamping platform situation, but that's okay because we're going to do some lovely fussy cutting. So I'm going to get her placed where we can get her whole body stamped out though. How it looks. And the heart's a little bit off, and that's fine. And now we're going to take our girl and we're going to color her hair and skin and then move on. Okay, so I was trying to do some blending over here with some colors and it didn't work. This marker's this color, sand, is probably my favorite color that I picked up from Ross. And it's drying out. And I'm refusing to let go. But it act like it wanted to work today, so we're going to go ahead and use it before it changes its mind. The good thing about a lot of the Julie Nutting dolls is, with the exception of a few, they don't have a lot of, especially like the girls like that are glamour girls or they have on clothes, dresses, like big dresses. They don't have a lot of skin showing. And if you wanted to like throw on her a coat right here, you could probably put a little shawl or something on her. I'm going to try to make this card as flat as possible. Unfortunately, the marker is really on its last leg, And I had to go and use the chisel portion. And you know, whenever you use alcohol markers, each time you apply a layer, it makes it darker and darker and darker. So this arm is the arm where she's driving, you know, that farmer tan, and she always wears spaghetti strap shirts. So this arm is quote unquote farmer tanned up over here. But hopefully to even out a little bit, I'm going to just go ahead and color in this one little piece on her, on the dress. So about to do some fussy cutting. All right, so if you really want to get like into it, she has on, I'm assuming she has on a dress with a wrap. You know, she threw a wrap on. Or she could have on a two-piece, a leotard and high-waisted skirt. And so you could make this one solid cut, so you can fussy cut all of this and the paper piece, this piece on top of there. But for my sanity, and I need good sanity, we're just going to make her have on a dress. And we're going to go right into where the dress is. And we're going to cut her arms off and keep going. When I first did my first fussy cut of Julie Nutting doll, I was like, oh, I don't want to cut the head off. It just seems so weird. Now I'm like, give me the scissors, scalpel. Okay, so I have already cut out this one little area for the doll, the stamped image. And so I want to just discuss something with you all really quickly. So if you decide to cut out the opening on your image, you have to think about the background. What are you going to do for a background? Now, I personally am not going to put her on a white sheet of paper on top of something. I plan on putting her on a pattern sheet of paper on top of my card front. And then I'll do the card base. Now, the one thing I just realized is that her dress is bigger than the card, right? Not really a good thing. Not really a good thing. So I can do one or two things. I can go ahead and start over. I can do three things. I can start over and use a different image, which I'm not going to do. I could cut this piece off since I already kind of messed it up anyway. And I could probably put her in like the center and cut a little bit on for each side. Or I could use her on a 5x7 card and just cut off her feet. I think what we're going to do though is we're going to keep this and just keep moving forward, and we'll worry about that later. So on this side, I'll cut this in a minute. I just want to talk to you about fussy cutting and getting close. And this is more for left-handed people that watch me. If any of my left-handed sisters and brothers are watching me, this is for us. Right-handed people kind of have it down to a science, and I'm sure a lot of left-handed crafters do too. So what I do is I just take my scissors all the way to the open, and I just follow that line. Now I am moving my hand and not really the paper. It depends on what I am doing when I'm fussy cutting. Like what I'm fussy cutting. If I'm fussy cutting like a big area, I sometimes will adjust. But I feel like if I just hold the paper and guide my hand around where I need to cut, it's easier for me. I know some people say I move the paper, the scissors never move, but I really want to drive around the curves and angles on the paper and just go right on the outside of that black line and cut. And you see how we had these little white pieces where I didn't get too close. If you really want to, you can go back in and snip it down some, or you can leave it as be. It's totally up to you, but that helps me. I'm just trying to get all the way inside where it opens up to cut. I know some people that just cut like this. I can't cut with the top portion. I feel like I need some security, and that center part for me is more stable. And so I just go around like that and cut it. And so now I want to talk about this arm piece, this piece right here. What I would suggest is that you decide if you want to cut this portion of the stamp, or even right here down her shoulder. Or what I do sometimes, if it's a big opening, I can do it. I just poke a hole in it, just like that. And I put the scissors in, and once I get a good thing going, I just turn it like that and go around. Sometimes I'll cut the arm up, just cut it open. That sounds bad, but just slice it all the way like on the line. And it's easier just to put this one little piece on top. And I don't even glue it. I just, if I'm paper piecing especially, I'll just put whatever I need down. And no one knows because I usually secure the arm once I finish the project. But in this case, I just took, because it has a lot of little different things that I don't feel like cutting and snipping that. So that's how I cut out the openings of the stamps. And you see, now we have nothing to be concerned about. So once we put this on here, you'll see this opening. And I'm going to go ahead and finish fussy cutting this out. Okay, so we're going to use this sheet of paper. It's a Prima Nautical sheet of paper. It has 6 sheets of each one. What's it called? Golden Coast. Unfortunately and fortunately, Prima gives you enough paper to make mistakes. But I mean, I don't need this side, but I need this side for a background. Whereas this side is so pretty that I don't want to chop it up. So I need to figure out what I'm willing to sacrifice. I think I'm going to sacrifice this side. So what I'm going to do is just come right here and I'm going to cut almost 4 off, right? Yep. Let's see if this works out for me. And then, yay, oh, the little seahorse is being sacrificed. That's okay. It's 6 sheets and I haven't used all of them yet. So we're going to open this up just this way and we're going to cut it down. Okay, so we'll worry about everything else later. But I was thinking that I could put some of these little flowers on here, but I want to keep it flat. The goal is to try to keep the card flat. Goodness. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some gluing down. Okay, so now is the time. We got our front and back, our inserts, our inside, outside glued down. So now we're going to glue these pieces down. Now you can use your fast drying glue if you have art glitter glue, but today I want to use Aleene's only because I may need to adjust, and Aleene's dries pretty daggone fast too, so you know, don't play around with it. And we didn't put a lot right there, so what we're going to do is once we get this bottom portion into place, we'll use the fine tip applicator glue to just going to push up. Oh, well, we did get some up there. Okay, so we just pushed up, and by pushing up, we got some glue up there and some on the desk, so yay. So I'm going to use some stickers. I'm going to use Hello. Now this doesn't match, but the colors in the background do match. So we're going to put Hello right here. All right, so now it's time to go ahead and finish this card up and see how I'm going to adjust this piece right here. And we're going to do some finishing touches once we figure that out. So I've already used a sticker that says Hello, and I think I could probably get away with it being just like this. Yep, so we're going to put Hello, and I have another sentiment that I want to put on here as well. I am thankful for you, because we are spreading joy, right? Joy, that's the goal. Joy, we're trying to make this spread and have other people repeat those types of things to other people that may be important to them in their life. So we got Hello, Hello. All right. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a spot. And I think this is a good spot to pick. And I am going to use the fine tip applicator. I think this glue gets kind of persnickety sometimes. It seems like if I don't use it every time I pick it up, I have a hard time later on using it. Just like this, I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure. And I should not have put so much glue on her legs because she's doing a little bit of seepage, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to burnish this up and or down. And I'm going to, which I really hate doing this, but you know, sometimes it has to be done. All right. Hello. It's very flat. Now I think what I'm going to try my best to do is not overdo the rest of the cards. So I'm going to share with you. Okay, so this is the tag I made previously, or I don't know. Are we calling these things tags? But anyway, so I used another different paper and made the same lady just in a different pattern. And these are different. This is K & Company, K & Company, K & Company. These are just some flowers that I popped up and put in a rhinestone, but I'm not melting this. And you see I have these little gems, and that's where I think I'm going to be going at the moment. I just don't want to put a lot on here, so I have some stickers, butterflies of course. And what I want to do, this sticker was on a project that did not turn out so great, and I don't think it's going to look good on here either. Yeah, it won't. This little butterfly is being rejected by me twice now. That's not good. So I think we're going to use this little butterfly, and I'm still going to apply a little bit of glue because these butterfly stickers I feel are a little bit dated. And so, you know, sometimes with stickers when they're older, they don't want to stay stuck. But with a little bit of glue, we can give them some encouragement. Okay. You know, we will, I think, yeah, we're going to leave that just like that. And now take my gel pen and just going to do this. Now, I will tell you that I do not like peep toe shoes at all. So I usually try to cover them up. And I don't like them on these dolls. It just looks kind of odd to me. My opinion, though, right? You always do other things to them. You can alter them. You could do what you need to do to make it not odd to you. If you like it, then that's fine. And so now I'm just going to come where these lines are and trace. You know, I never even noticed the lines going the opposite direction until I just took a deep look at it. So it's like these hearts are on a plank, some type of plank wooding, and they have that in there, which is fine. We like directions. So I'm gonna finish this up. All right, so you probably already knew I was going to end up having to pay extra, right? For the card. But the goal is to make flat cards, not cards where you're constantly paying extra. But I cannot deal with that opening on that shoe. So I'm going to use some flat back pearls to correct this as best as possible. Oh, you know, let's just do something a little bit on the odd side. Why not use this sticker? Now these stickers. I'm gonna try. Let's try this one, pink. All right, so this is the completed project, and I'm happy with it. Although, I'm a little sad that I cut the dress off, but I'm happy with it overall. I did go and do a little bit of embellishing, not too much, because I do want to keep the card semi-flat. Unfortunately, I'm still going to probably have to pay for these pearls and this little thing right here, because the lady, when I go through the mail, I guess she sees me, she just starts to fondle the mail. She's like, oh yeah, oh, we can't meter this, and I end up paying for it. Although I've tried the whole trick of wrapping the card with another sheet of paper. Nope, no go. So I usually end up paying $1.70 because they can't go through, versus whatever the price is for a regular card. But I do want to say thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that you had as much fun as I did. Until next time, spread kindness. Happy crafting.